Hello gorgeous, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are playing with some more Sephora goodies. This is basically haul number 2, items that I had to pick up for different colors, items that I picked up that I haven't had a chance to use that I wanted to use with you. I have some Sephora brand collection, I have some Peter Thomas Roth really cool items, Anastasia Beverly Hills, Makeup Forever, LYS. So if you want to see me put this look together, I'd love for you to stick around. Just keep watching. We are playing with round 2 of goodies from the Sephora holiday sale. And the first thing that I am going to start with is this primer I picked up from Peter Thomas Roth, I can say this. It is called Skin to Die For, No Filter Mattifying Primer and Complexion Perfector. This was a recommendation from Jessica Braun. She is not a primer lover and said that this is the only one that she would use that actually makes a difference. So this is what it looks like. I'm using a very small amount and I'm going to put this in my T-zone. Anything to help control that shine. So while that is setting, I'm going to jump into the eyes. And for eyes, the palette that I was inspired to use was, strangely enough, based on this lipstick. If you remember, I recently tried the new Makeup by Mario matte lipstick, and this is in the shade Garth. Loved it. First time I used it, it broke. So I went back to Sephora and was going to get a refund, exchange, and I was also curious, because I didn't know if it would happen again, I was interested in trying the new Melt Matte formula. I thought maybe that would wear better. The Sephora consultant convinced me that I should stick with the Makeup by Mario, and if I wanted to try the Melt, I could pick up a sample of it. So I used my points, I picked up the sample of the Melt lipstick, and it is a very interesting shade. It is described as Dijon mustard, so I'm going to swatch it here for you. Check out this shade, which I love a good brown nude, and when I was thinking of filming for this video today, the first eyeshadow that I thought of playing with, and it's been a long time, is this one right here, which is the Urban Decay Naked Honey. I do enjoy this palette. I have not used the brush. I'm going to set that aside. I believe they're good brushes, but I like a little bit smaller of a brush to apply the color with. I would use this to blend, and I would use this maybe for the bottom lash line, but for that initial application of color, I would not use that brush. I do want to also point out that my eyes are primed and my brows are done. So I'm going to go in with one of these new unit brushes that I picked up from Beautylish. I've been very much enjoying this one. It is the 309, and this is the perfect size for applying that base shadow. So I'm going to go in with this shade called Hive, which is a medium brown shade, and we are going to frame out the crease with that shade. It has been a while since I picked this palette up, and I must say it is very nice. This is the only Urban Decay shadow palette that I own. Let me know if you have a favorite. I'm going to put a little bit of this golden shade on my lid. Very nice. I'm going to deepen the outer corner with this Sting shade. Going back into that crease with that original brush. And I'm going to go under the eye in that original Hive shade. Easy eye look. Now, the other Peter Thomas Roth product that I got that I am super excited to play with you is this one right here. It is the Instant Firm Eye Cream. I've heard some fantastic things about this. I've seen some videos on TikTok about it, and while I may not be the perfect candidate for this eye cream, it is primarily for large bags under your eyes, but it also helps with fine lines and wrinkles. So we are going to play with this today. I have used it a couple of times and I am very much enjoying it. So I have heard that it is finicky. You are to use a very small amount of it. This is all that I'm using on my hand. And what I'm gonna do is take a brush. I do have skincare on and I have given it time to sink into my skin. I'm gonna take a little bit on a brush and I'm going to put it under one eye and we're gonna see if we can see a difference. I'm also going to put a little bit on this line above my eyebrow and a little bit on this smile line. I need to give it a minute to set. I can feel it tightening underneath this eye. This line looks less. So let's go ahead and do the other eye. Now, I will link the TikTok video of the woman that made this product go viral. It was really an amazing video. She had very large bags and wrinkles under her eyes. She put this on, rubbed it in, and they went away. In doing my research, I did see a lot of negative reviews that this product leaves a white cast on your face, that makeup doesn't go on well over it. And in my research, I found you can have skincare underneath it. You can have makeup over it. You can use it without a white cast. It's all a matter of application, being careful, being light-handed. So in the couple times that I have used it, I have found that to be true. I have no white cast on my face and I feel very tight under the eyes. I don't have bags, but I do have lines and wrinkles. I do have more deep set eyes, so if anything to smooth this area out, so far so good. And actually I put it on my smile lines and up here and I had that primer on, so for it to work through that is pretty darn good. So let's go back to the eyes while that is setting, and I'm going to dip back into, this is not brand new, but this is very recent to me, and this is the Patrick Ta Major Dimension Liner, and I've very much been enjoying this. I'm just gonna put some of this on my eyes. The only thing I would warn you about with this liner is that you do not have a lot of time to play with it. It will set very quickly, and then if you try to go over it, it will tug. So go smooth, get that first application on, because once it sets, it is solid as a rock. It is extremely long wearing. Now, because I put a little bit on the bottom here, I think that looks a little harsh, so I'm going to go back into the palette, into that dark shade, and I'm just going to buff that out. So I'm going to throw this in the waterline. Okay, moving on to foundation. Very excited. This was not on my wish list. It just jumped out at me. During the holiday sale, the Sephora brand, which is already an inexpensive brand, was 30% off. So I thought I would try out this Airbrush Foundation. It is an aerosol foundation. I'm shaking it up. I got it in the shade medium. I'm going to spray my foundation brush, and we're just going to go in. You can spray the face. I'm just a little afraid to do that. I don't want to get it in my hair. But we'll do one side of the face and see what we think. One thing I could say is that it is a solid medium coverage. If you check this out, it looks very smooth, covered up my problem areas, sitting very lightly on the skin. So no foundation as compared to foundation. I think it looks very nice. Let's go ahead and do the rest of the face. I will let you know how this wears, but on first impression, I love it. If you are someone that does not like foundation, that wants something very light and airy on your face, that wants to even out, smooth, light as air, I'm liking this. I will keep you posted on the wear, but so far, wow. And it's drying completely, it's completely dry. So if you had dry skin, you probably wouldn't have to set it. For concealer, if you remember, I picked up a wrong shade, so I went back. I'm concerned that this shade is a bit too light. First I went too dark, then I went too light. I'm having a heck of a time. But we're going to make this work. I'm going to take a Real Techniques brush and just take it off the back of my hand. Forgot to tell you what it was. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer. The first shade was so dark I couldn't possibly have used it. So now we're just going to go very, very carefully into the darkest part of my eye, lightest hand. I think that looks nice. I think it is a little bit too light, so I'm going to consider trying again for the proper shade. But as of right now, I look bright, I look smooth, it's good. For powder, I picked up the Makeup Forever. I mentioned this in my haul, but I didn't get a chance to use it. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Setting Powder, and I will say I've been using it. It's got a little cap thing here. You tap it out into the lid, and then it has a beautiful puff that you can tap the powder in. This is in the banana shade, and it is a beautiful powder. I'm just going to go light-handed because I feel like I don't even need it. But if anything, just to show you how smoothing and beautiful it is. And I think it has been helpful with my keeping my face matte. Now we have a very smooth complexion. Because it's mattifying, I don't want to use it under the eyes. I'm going to use some of my Dior. Here is my Dior Powder No Powder in the shade 2N. This is just a little more lightweight, so I'm going to use this to set under the eyes to make sure it is nice and smooth under there. Light fluffy brush. And put that right under the eyes. For bronzer, recent to me, this is the LYS bronzer in the shade Harmony, which is the medium shade. It's beautiful. It inspired me to pick up the blush that we will be playing with for the first time today. I find it to be the perfect pigmentation. I don't have to be afraid of it. It's not going to be so pigmented that I make a mess, and at the same time I don't have to go in 10 times just to see something. This is a nice tone, not too warm, not too cool. I think it's beautiful. For highlight, because we got a little gold situation going on here, oldie but goodie, I grabbed my Fenty Trophy Wife highlight. Beautiful, well loved. If you are a gold lover, you will love this highlight. Got a very golden goddess kind of deal going on here. I want to put a little bit of that in the inner corner. Good. Picked up the new blush from LYS. Couldn't help myself. This is in this one. It looks a little bit different from the bronzer. The bronzer has a shinier package where the blush has a little more of a frosted, but they're both gorgeous coppery rose gold sort of shades. And specifically the shade that I got is called Confident, and this is the higher standard satin matte cream blush. I love this. Beautiful color. It's not too pink, it's not too peach, it's very just healthy. Still enjoying my brush set from BH that I picked up. Using one of the brushes. I'm going to curl my lashes with the new lash curler that I picked up. I've been enjoying Tweezerman, but I've heard some really good things about Shiseido. I will say it is bigger across. It's more comfortable. I'm going to use my Sephora Size Up mascara. I had picked up a backup of this one during the sale, and it's just one of my top 3 mascaras at the moment. Instant volume, length, long wear, gorgeous. Okay, 2 coats on the top, 1 coat on the bottom, and I went ahead and threw some Real Her lip liner on, not at Sephora. Most of my lip liners are drugstore, but this one I picked up in Boxycharm add-ons, and I love it. I will link it below. It's reasonably priced. And I want to jump into this Melt Matte lipstick, this itty bitty. If you like little makeup, this is for you. I got it with my points. So this is what the shade looks like. It is described as a Dijon mustard. I think it's beautiful. I think it's a very pretty mustardy brown shade, right up my alley. I like the way it applies. I like the way it feels. I'm interested in getting more. So this is the matte look if you are more of a matte lip person. And then if you want to get a little extra fancy, I have been enjoying my Fenty Gloss Bombs Hot Chocolate Fantasy. Right up my alley. I like all the Fenty glosses, but this one's got a little bit of brown in it. Smells delicious, looks beautiful, didn't alter the color of the lipstick, just added a little bit of shine. I like it. So if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. Leave me a comment. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I will see you in my next video. Have a great day.